Hi, we're back again. It's been a long day here in the shop working on this 18th century porter from Paris. Just want to say a few other things. I was thinking as the day got longer, what I'm finding here is there's been 3 or 4 different leathers put on this piece, and color has become an issue. So what I'm going to have to do is actually strip back the clear finish on this object and then come in with dyes to tie all the colors in together from the old repairs and from any new repairs I'm doing. So just be aware if you're doing any leather restoration in your studio or at home. So what we're doing is we're cutting some old, taking some old hides that we had found underneath this piece, we've been under there since its inception, and cutting them to general size. And our next video after today, or next weekend, we'll be fitting those and adhering those into place. But I think now, as we'll close the day out, we want to talk I was thinking we should talk about the leathering of the tanning process and how hides are actually manufactured. So let's take a few minutes and let me sit down inside the porter's chair and be the porter for a minute and talk about hides. So again, we're going to close out the day talking about the manufacturing of leather. Leather is one of the earliest crafts dating back over 10,000 years, from the Egyptians to the ancient Greeks, from the Romans to the Middle Ages. Hides from large animals and skin from small animals come from many parts of the world, from Australia and Brazil, Russia, Italy, and even the USA. Today, hides are a byproduct of the meat industry. The leather life cycle is usually as follows: farm, arbiter, tannery, factory, retailer, consumer. Let's glance inside a tannery. Hides arrive at the tannery after being treated with salt to preserve them from bacterial degradation. The first process performed is to shake out the salt. Leathers are then soaked in a lime process called liming. This chemically dissolves the hair, removes unwanted proteins, and opens up the cellular fiber structures to receive further chemical practices. The next stage is fleshing. The fleshing machine has many cutting blades on a rotating cylinder to cut away unwanted fleshy matter and regulate the leather thickness, most importantly. In the trimming stage, workers cut away useless or unwanted material from the edges of raw hides to give them a better shape or trim. Until this point, the leather is still rather thick. Splitting is the operation of cutting a hide or skin horizontally into 2 layers. The upper layer, the more external part of the animal, is called the top grain, while the lower layer is called the split. In the tanning process, hides are placed in a wooden rotating drum where tanning agents or chemicals convert the raw fibers into a durable product, preserving it, improving its abrasion resistance, improving its heat and flex resistance. Next, 2 large rolls squeeze out the excess moisture as the hides are fed through a machine. This is termed wringing out, such as a washer. These leathers are called wet blue and are now selected and graded according to the destination and use. After selecting, they are reduced and made uniform thickness by shaving. The leathers are then retained and dyed and completely through and through. Leathers that exit here are now uniformly dyed. The natural beauty of leather is made even more striking by the wide variety of shades that a tanner is capable of producing in-house. The last of the wet operations is the fat liquoring to grant leather a permanent softness, elasticity, and a flexing resistance.